sunglasses off so I don't look stupid. Okay. My name is Stephen Condon, and I've had diabetes for 12 years. Is there a name for this documentary?
We're life after diabetes currently, saying that there is life.
How about
after
sugar shock? I am involved with the theater and the choir. So I am a part of concert choir. I'm part of Vista Singers. I'm part of APO, which is the theater organization. I'm also head of Sawtooth, which is the improv group on campus. There have been times where I'm not at a steady level, so I'll get low and then I'll start getting really weird. And sometimes if I'm low enough, it's kind of hard for me to move or like think clearly and think as quickly as I need to like remember lines or things like that. I remember there was one time during Doubt where I was pretty sure I was getting low, but it was right before I had to drink tea, so I didn't worry about it because it was raspberry tea, and then we put extra sugar cubes in there, so I was like, I'll be fine. I don't need to worry about that. Someone who is normal and has a functioning pancreas has blood sugar of about 120. Usually once I get around mid 80s, so anywhere from 85 lower, that's when I start getting low. As far as high goes, usually once I start to break about 200, that's when I start really showing signs of having high blood sugars, where I'll get really thirsty, I'll be agitated easily, I'll need to use the restroom a lot. I'll also get headaches. So yeah, right in about the 85 to 200 range is where I get low and high. So I'm gonna take my blood sugar now, putting the test strip in, cocking back the little Lancet thing. I don't know what you call it. I don't know what the technical term is. I don't know. So there's that. Such a good diabetic. I know all the technical terms. All right, and 3, 2, 1. My test is high, which is not that surprising, but 237. Katie's like, have you risen to celeb status now where you just have a camera crew following you around everywhere?
Yes.
There is probably somewhere around 30 to 40 carbs in the pasta I'm eating right now. As I take a bite. I don't think there's a lot of carbs in the fruit, but there's a lot of natural sugars. So I'll probably take a couple units for that. Units is the measurement increment for insulin. It's so each unit is each certain amount of insulin per bolus or per insulin injection via the insulin pump. There's always a bunch of technical terms that you use that you don't realize people don't know, like bolus, unit, basal, glucose. Some people don't even know that, which is a little sad, but it's like, didn't you take, high school biology? No? Okay.
Right,
No,
you
stop.
want to.
No,
Just a
stop
little
it.
bit.
Stop it.
It's good.
I always laugh at how The second I tell someone that I'm diabetic, they're like, "Oh, so you can't have sugar, right?" I'm like, "No, it's not like I'm gonna get hives and blow up if I eat a gram of sugar. Actually, a gram is quite a bit, so like a speck of sugar. But yeah, I think that's one of the biggest misconceptions about diabetes.
I am Nicole Boyson, and I am Stephen Condon's girlfriend. Well, it was around December last year, and we were kind of talking at this point, texting, and for Christmas gifts for everybody, I decided that I was going to make like little peanut butter Ritz cracker cookies along with sugar cookies that my mom had made. And I told him that that's what I was doing, and he's like, "Oh, really? That sounds great. You should bring me some." So I was like, "Oh, hey, good opportunity." So I get a whole bunch of cookies, go over to Swope, walk in the door. I'm like, "Here they are." And I think his roommate's like, "Aren't you diabetic?" And I stopped. I'm like, "What?" And I felt so bad because, I didn't know anything, or I didn't know a lot about diabetics. So I was like, I just handed a whole bunch of sugar to a diabetic. Go me.
And these are my parents, Joe and Diane Condon. We have a pretty rich history of diabetes on your side,
Yes.
and a little on your side too, right? No?
I'm the only one that's had it.
Oh, you're the only one that's had it? Okay. Well, a lot on your side, none on her side.
And I
Right.
developed mine after I had surgery. And then after it got better, then it's gone. I'm not gone, but I don't have to take insulin. So,
Where'd you go? You.
And presently, in my siblings, all but one of the 5 of us has diabetes, and a couple are. I'm the only one on insulin, and the rest are taking medication for the diabetes, and they don't have to take insulin. Steven's a diabetic, and Jim, our second boy, is a diabetic, and our oldest son is a diabetic. So we have 3 out of the 5 boys are diabetics.
we resisted using an insulin pump until
For
just
years,
recently.
I was hounded by my endocrinologist to switch over to a pump, and I was like, no, I'm not gonna do it because I'm responsible and I don't need to have a machine do my diabetes work for me. Then I got more and more off track, and then I was like, you know what? I should just switch to the pump. Okay, so pretty much what happens when I change my pump site is I'll take this needle and I will fill it full of air. Then I'll take this vial of insulin and I will stab it in, inject the air in to create negative pressure, and then I will take out however many units of insulin I need. I usually go with 3 milliliters, which is approximately 300 units. Then I will take this pump cartridge right here. It's got a little opening up in the top, and I inject the insulin in through there. Then after that's done, I take it out, put the cap back on because safety first. And then normally it's just this part, and then it plugs into the back of my pump right here. So then my pump will pick up the fact that I've changed the cartridge, and it will remove the air from it, and then you attach the tubing to it, which obviously little tubing, and then you begin filling the tubing with insulin from the cartridge. So then it pushes the insulin from in here out through this hose right here, through this little connector device, through the tubing, all the way down until it gets to this little part right here. And then that part is actually attached to my skin via a sight. One of my biggest hopes is that they come out with a cure for diabetes, and very soon. I mean, yeah, I've been able to live with it for 12 years now, so I'm not holding my breath or anything, but it still would be nice to not have to worry about it anymore. And the fact that they are researching it and coming up with new experimental things that are showing some sign of progress is you know, I don't want to say encouraging. I mean, it is, but it's also a little ray of hope, if you will.